Coach, what are some of the positives from this past weekend?
We had a lot of individuals step up at different times and, bring energy and also bring some good stats. I think of Margot, who came in as the libero, and she really, played a really solid weekend for us and, kind of found her own niche and slowed down a little bit because she's such a player that plays like she's on fire, which is great. But she actually got things under control a bit more, and it was fun to see her pass and dig the way she did and just work really hard. Allison led the team again in kills and working so hard in the dig area. I think she had double digits in that for the weekend, 22 maybe, close to Margot. And, again, Ellie Hansen did a great job hitting well, and still playing that sixth rotation for a first year. She's handling a lot out there for us, for sure. And Gentry had a really fine weekend. I really like how aggressive she is blocking, and she's finding the range with Lydia. And of course, Hayden, when Hayden's setting her in that one rotation, and that's neat to see because she's a great athlete, and I just know she needs a little bit more time, and she's just finding it, which is cool. And Maggie, I got to tell you, Maggie McQuarrie came alive. Anyone that watched that game in the second match this past weekend against Kent, and it's really neat to see her get her swing back and connect with our setters like that. So a lot of good happened. I'm probably forgetting to mention a few, but I just really see some really great, good, bright spots that show that they're learning and still working really hard.
You take on 2 away matches this week, one against Western Michigan this Friday evening, followed up with a match at Northern Illinois on Saturday. How do you go about preparing for 2 different opponents?
We're going to try to stay in the same rhythm that we do every time we play 2 different opponents, with a day dedicated to breaking that team down, looking at their serve-receive patterns, watching the film with our team, and really working hard on blocking. And then we kind of reset and we do the other team. So the last team we'll play, we'll do first. And the first team we play, we'll really study and work with the team a second as we get closest to that match. So it's kind of nice that we can stay in that rhythm. I think the team expects that, and they're different in how they play, but they're both doing a nice job and have aggressive defenders and hitters on their floor. So in that, they're the same. We just have to figure out what their tendencies are and how to stop them.
What do you expect out of Western Michigan this Friday?
Well, Colleen and her staff always do a great job preparing their team, and their setter, who I believe is a junior now, she does a great job just bringing leadership to the floor. Her range of setting is incredible, and she's just a very aggressive attacker as well. So she's a complete setter who really runs the show, and you have to be ready for what she's going to do next, because sometimes she does a super job concealing that. So that's kind of interesting about their team, but the other part is they are always aggressive defending, and she has a couple really nice passers. And they really do work hard to just keep the ball off the floor. And so we're going to have to be very resilient. When we think we have it down, they might pop it back over again. A little bit similar to what Kent did to us a little bit, which is fine. She also has some pin hitters that are aggressive, and they do a nice job hitting off their setter. And it's usually at a pretty good pace. It's not going to be a slow tempo, so we have to be ready for that.
How does your mindset shift to take on Northern Illinois on Saturday?
We're going to make that drive to the Northwest and get some rest on the way, I hope, and just get after it. They have probably one of the most challenging gyms to play in because it's not very big. It's a nice arena, but it's not as big. And they usually have a DJ or some music just rocking right next to us. So we're going to have to be able to really get in there and focus and play through all of that, which it's fun. That's a great volleyball match when you can be a part of all that. Ray does an outstanding job. Right now, I believe they're 4-1 actually in the MAC, and his outside hitters are very effective. They're a good ball control team. They're passing well. He has, I think, 2 transfers in that are very effective, and jumped into the lineup and helping him in different ways. So he's done a great job bringing this team together, and it'll be another tough match. We have 2 tough matches this weekend, and we just have to expect the unexpected and rely on ourselves and trust in our decision making. And I think we'll play some good volleyball and try to get a few upsets along the way.
Hayden Hicks continues to be a key facilitator on offense, ranking 9th in the MAC in assists per set. What has her role meant to the team? Can you also speak to Lydia Harper and the way she's been used this year?
Sure. Hayden, as a first year, has done a great job. She's calm. She really wants to get better every day, and she was very well trained coming out of her high school and club system in Texas. And so she has a really great release point and quick hands and loves to run the up-tempo offense for us. And so she's getting better and better and still learning other parts of what it takes to be a complete player on the floor. But I know her desire, as Lydia's, is to be that 5-1 setter. So it's really awesome to have that competition. But she's doing a good job, and I'm glad she's in the rankings there. Lydia is taking the role, the other half of the setter role in front row setting, because her strength right now is blocking, and she also brings energy to the floor and a little bit more experience where she can confidently work hard and run that offense to both pins, sometimes involving a back row attack, finding Gentry on the slide. But her blocking, actually, I think she led our team in blocking, or was right behind Gentry this past weekend. And she has the 6'1" stature. She's gaining more strength in her sophomore year, and she's getting a lot smarter. She's a pure competitor, and when she wants to win, it's exciting and fun to watch her. So combined, we're doing well, and they're each striving to grab that position themselves, and I think they, along with me, enjoy that competition.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks.